Alright, I'm Robert Householder with Talk Hunting Magazine, and as you can see this morning we were successful with our turkey hunt. So what we're going to do to coincide with the article that you see below is we're going to show you how to clean a turkey. Now it's actually pretty easy. It's a lot easier than people think. What we're going to do, there's kind of two styles to clean a turkey. You can pluck them out like a conventional turkey, but most people just breast them out, and that's what we're going to do today. All you need is a good sharp knife. I got a couple in case one isn't sharp enough. Of course, you need Tom. He needed to cooperate with you in order for you to have that. And a pan of water is really all we got. We got some cutters we're going to use to cut the legs off of, because Denny, the shooter that killed the turkey this morning, is going to save the legs. A lot of times people will save the wings. We're probably not going to take the wings off today because we don't really have anybody to make us wing bones. We'll remove the bird's beard and get all this going. So I'm just going to kind of jump right in and show you guys how to clean a bird. Well, everybody's probably got a favorite way of doing it, but I like to just kind of get him on his back, get him where I can work with him, where I can see him. Kind of spread out. Oh, legs broke. Now the skin on a turkey's thin. You can see it's kind of already rubbed a little bit right here, just kind of rubbed bare. But what I usually do is I start right there at the top of that knob, and got my official NWTF knife that I got at the banquet the other night. And I just make a couple of quick slices, and then, to be honest, it'll just about tear. You can see how thin that skin really is. It just peels right down. Now what I'm going to do before I get too far is I'm going to get the beard off, just because I don't want to get blood all over it and everything else as I'm moving it. So here's a little trick to the beard, and hopefully I won't tear it up doing it this time. But you can see it's got the beard hairs kind of go into this little fibrous tissue, then it stops right there. Well, if you're good and you're lucky, and I may not be good and lucky today, you just pop it off. So you see it's still got the tissue there. That'll dry. You don't have to put no salt or nothing on it. It'll just dry out. And then your beard will be nice and preserved. So we'll stick it up there and get it out of the way. Alright, we're going to get back to this boy. I'm just kind of opening him up, making myself plenty of room to work. All I'm after is his breast, so I'm not worried about these legs. So I'm just kind of getting them out of my way. See, I just kind of broke that joint down where I can get to the breast real easy. Now he's real fatty up high. That's what that is. It's fat. And I just kind of whittle away at a little of it, just to get it out of the way. Break him down a little. And just peel him down. Now you can see I kind of got him open good. You can see that big old side of that breast right there. And this is what we're taking right here. So all I do is I start, there's a bone that runs right here, and I just take my knife and I just follow right alongside that bone, almost like you're filleting a fish. Now it's pretty important to clean a turkey pretty quick. You know, they hold a lot of heat, and usually it's kind of a warmer time of the year that you're cleaning a bird. So you want to get him dressed pretty quick. There's nothing worse than killing a nice turkey, and this is a nice turkey, and then have the meat run on you. So I mean, you got a little time. It's not like you have to get a speeding ticket on the way to the house to do it, but just the first opportunity after you get your pictures took, everything like that. And you see I'm just kind of whittling him down. I'm just kind of going right down that little breastbone right there. That's hard. And I'm just taking it off. Now that bone starts to curve right here, so I'm just following that curvature. That's all I'm doing. Kind of get some of this fat stuff out of the way. And you can see that this piece is starting to lay over. See how I'm separating it from whatever that thing is. I'm not a biologist. But really all I'm doing is just working that piece of meat off of that breastbone. See, that bone is still running right through here. Running it down, running it down. See, now it's starting to kind of, I got that end worked out. Now, this turkey meat's about as expensive as deer meat once you figure out all the equipment and dues and everything else you got in it, so I don't like to waste any. So, I just kind of take it slow and easy and just separate that bad boy right off that bone. And you see what we end up with is this whole breast. It's just got a little skin holding on right here. And we're just still working it off. Just following that line of bone. You get little feathers with it, that's alright. You clean all that up in the kitchen. And what you end up with is a very nice turkey breast, half a turkey breast. In fact, tonight we'll actually, it's just kind of a tradition with our hunting camp, we'll take this one and we'll slice it up into some strips and batter it and fry it. We'll have a fried turkey breast tonight. Set it down in a pan of water. What I do to make things a little easier for me, I try to stay out of the blood. As you can see, it's not real bloody. You don't get a lot on you. It's not a real gross operation. I didn't get into any of the guts. Kind of staying away from the innards and just making this real easy. So I go back to the other side. There's that bone. Sometimes you can cut off some of that old fat, sinew stuff, get it out of your way. He won't mind, he ain't feeling it. See how it just falls off. You just follow that bone and it just lays down. Get this big old sack out of the way. I guess that's his gobble sack. I don't know what it is. I know this rascal gobbled one time for us this morning. That scared us to death. But that was his one and only. And then he put his lights out. Well, you see, I'm just following the bone down. As you do, it starts to just lay off. There's a little artery right there. You'll generally cut it, and that's where you'll start seeing some of your blood come in. just keep carving it down. The more you cut, the more it comes loose. And what you don't want to do, this thing's kind of slick, so you want to keep it right above your working surface because you don't want to drop it on the ground. It's not too hard to clean feathers off of it, but it can be a pain in the butt to clean dirt off of it. So here's what we got. We got the other half of the breast. That right there will fool you. That'll feed a family right there. It's definitely going to feed 4 or 5 hungry hunters tonight, I can tell you that. Alright. Now I've done pretty good about trying to keep the tail out of the blood, because most people want to keep that tail fan.